Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of expressions and equations. This is standard 6.7b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 12 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we need to find an expression that, or a description that represents an equation. Seems pretty simple. There's no numbers written out. They're all in word form here. So what's the difference between the two, right? So if we're looking for an equation, right, that means the other three are going to be something else. And the other three are going to be this term we call an expression. So let's define before we move on, okay? So let's first talk about what is an expression. Okay, so expression is basically a math phrase, and here's the key, right? It is not going to include the equal sign. So it does not include the equal sign. So an expression could simply be, you know, 7, right? Could just be a single term. It could be include a variable, 3x. It might have 14 squared plus 9, right? These are all expressions because they're just a simple phrase, even if they involve an operation such as, 3 times x, or we have an exponent and we have an addition, that's fine. An equation is going to be different because it includes the equal sign and it usually balances it to expressions. So we have an expression and an expression over here, and it has that equal sign. Okay, that's what makes it an equation, right? So we can say 7 plus 7 equals 14, right? So we've got 7 plus 7 as an expression, 14 as an expression. You put them equal to each other, now we have an equation, right? Or 3x equals 15. That's an equation because we've got two expressions here with that equal sign there. So that's the difference between an equation and an expression. So let's just write these out, A, B, C, D, and see which one of these includes the equal sign, okay? A number is less than or equal to negative 12 and 6/10. Okay, so a number, a number, a number, a number. All right, so we're going to use that again and again. I'm just going to use x, okay? So a number is less than or equal to, so we use this right here, negative 12 and 6/10. Negative 12, I can write it as a mixed number. I can write it as a decimal if I want to, okay? This is actually a third one. So I've talked about equations and expressions. This kind of acts like an equation, but since we don't have an equal sign here, we're actually going to call this an inequality. So if it had an equal sign, that'd be an equation, but that's not going to be it because it has an inequality. So let's look at B. A number, x minus 10 is, there we go. That's an equal sign right there, 37. X minus 10 equals 37. That's got an equal sign. Let's check out C and D to make sure they're wrong. 7 times a number, so 7x minus 60. See, this is an expression because it doesn't equal anything. It's just a phrase. So that's a no. Then a number to the third power, so x, and then I'm going to cube it or raise it to the exponent of 3. And then that's it. There's nothing else there. Okay? So that's not going to work either. So I have no equal sign on C or D. A is kind of tricky because it has an inequality symbol, but that does not make it an equation. In order for it to be an equation, it needs to have an equal sign, and it's this little tiny word is that makes it equal to. So my answer is B.